Hi, I'm Dr. Carol Van Dyke, and thanks for tuning in to the television premiere of Teen Voices for Real. Teen Voices for Real is where teens get an opportunity to discuss current topics from their perspective. Here we give it to you real, with real talk, real problems, and real solutions, with real teens who talk about everything. Today, we'll be kicking off the show with a hot topic that will make the world's eyes pop in disbelief. It's a type of dance that girls do. It's called twerking. So guys, before you get excited, I want to hear from the ladies, and I want to ask the question. I want to start with you, Naila. I want to ask the question, what type of dancing are we talking about here?
Well, it's the basic females behind to males pelvis, and
Wait, okay, you said female behind.
yeah,
Okay,
so like front back,
front back. Okay,
dancing. So it's like an updated freak, if you will.
updated for how? I mean, do you know how this type of dance got started?
No.
You don't. Anybody on the panel?
Well, there was a song by the Yin Yang Twins
Yeah, I remember.
called like "I Like the Way You Twerk." And then like
Oh,
that's
how long
like-
ago was that?
it was like I don't know, it was like a long time ago.
Okay, so
Yeah,
some
middle
years
school,
ago.
Middle
Okay.
school, like a long time ago. So like when that came out, then like everybody, I don't know, they just started doing it. I guess.
So Naila, what type of dancing are we really talking about here when we call it twerking?
Well, again, it's like your girl is dancing against the guy, and she's basically like backing it up on him, if you will.
Backing it up on
Yeah,
them, okay.
grinding, dry humping in some instances. So it's like different variations of a twerk.
Are you a twerker?
Yes.
You are. How did you get started?
In 8th grade, I went to a party with like a bunch of high schoolers, and that's how they were dancing, and I wanted to have fun and dance too, so that's what I did. Like,
That's
I
what you-
learned how to twerk.
Okay. And do you ever think about the perception that a guy may have about you when you're doing that type of dance?
Well, if I go to a party, like usually it's either someone that I know is throwing the party, so like I probably know a lot of the people that's there, and they already have a perception of me.
Which is?
I would assume a good one.
Okay. Okay.
I don't get around or
Okay.
anything like that. Like I make my own judgments on different girls that go there and they look like whores, and like if I think that to a degree you can make a bad perception on someone on how they twerk, but then it's like you can also see that again it's like different degrees of twerking. Like you can be a hardcore twerker, or you could be like somewhat decent.
Okay, tell me about the hardcore twerker. What,
It
tell me
looks
about
like
that.
you're having sex. Like I would not believe you if you told me you were a virgin.
Oh,
In some
yeah,
cases
okay.
you do though. I've been to some clubs and I've seen about 3 times used condoms on the floor.
Wow.
Yeah. But you can't really tell because everybody's doing pretty much the same
I mean,
thing.
yeah, wow. And I just can't even fathom that. I mean, in terms of actually on the dance floor in front of a group of people and they're actually are having sex
Right.
at some.
What club was
I
that?
know. What was that? I've never seen that in my
Out
life.
of town.
Oh, it was out of town.
Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this. I will say
there.
that I was in Ohio. This was probably 2 years ago, and adults were doing it. And I'm talking about
sex?
the guy, not having sex,
oh.
but wait, you're right, thank you for clarifying that. But it was almost, the guys took off their shirts, they stripped down to their
How old
underwear.
were they?
They were old.
Seasoned?
I mean, yes.
You're-
We're not
you're-
talking
you're
about in the
25,
20s.
right?
Yeah, exactly. We're not talking about in the 20s, though. We're talking about, older. And I was like, oh, and then they picked the girl up and they were humping, and I was
That's
like,
not
oh
what you
my.
do.
Teenage boys do
That's-
that too.
Yeah. That's the hardcore.
Yeah.
Where did this go?
Softcore. Okay, softcore is more like you have a guy behind you and you're just kind of like, I mean,
Giving
like
him a
whatever you
free
feel-
thrill.
Yeah.
I mean,
just
really,
like
because if you
that.
moving your butt up against his penis, I mean, obviously the guy is gonna
Right.
get excited and probably want to take it somewhere else.
And some girls allow them to.
So
Yeah,
why do you think? I mean, and let me ask: are you a twerker?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me, hardcore or just?
No.
She an amateur
That's
twerker.
Okay. No, I've only hardcore twerked once in my life, and no, that was at a crazy party. But no, I'm a soft to medium. Cause I just like after a certain point, like some guys they do like different things. Like they'll push you down, so you're almost like facing the
You
ground.
guys would,
and
girls
they'll-
would allow that
Yeah.
for a guy to push
Some
you down
girls
and
do.
stuff.
That's where I walk away. But some girls they just go with it. It's just like pow pow pow.
Wow. Wow.
That makes me feel uncomfortable.
It
Why?
does. It doesn't even feel good. It hurts.
And and David, let me ask you, you're a guy, and then I'm gonna ask Matt, and then I'm gonna go to you. What is your perception of a female? You're dancing, you're having fun, and she allows you to grab her and grind her, and
Well,
do you having thoughts going through your
yeah,
mind?
I mean, like, it's hard to say because I don't know, because there's been cases where girls do that stuff and they just a virgin, just trying to get attention. But at the same time, I mean, you got to think, like, we live in a world of racism, you can say that. And that's something that's never going to go away. We live in a world that is sexist, and that's never going to go away. A thing a guy does versus the same thing that a female does, the female's actions are going to be weighted a lot more heavier than the guy. That's just something we got to accept and live with. So, you got a lot of girls saying, well, guys do it too. I mean, yeah, we do, but I mean, you got to think about who's the aggressor in the action here.
Absolutely.
Guys stand there. We're just standing there. Girls are completely in control of their actions, and, they don't have to do that. I mean, if girls decided that they didn't want to do that because they want to uphold their self-image, then that's up to them. But, I mean, I'm not against, as a guy, I mean,
I wouldn't be either.
Speaking for the male population here, if a girl's willing to do that, I mean, you're not going to really have a guy subject to that because by nature we are the aggressor. We are the king of the jungle. We go attack the prey. I mean, that's what we do. That's just the reality of it. So, I mean, people can say, well, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, I don't know. Like,
But the thing is, though, like, that's the only way that people dance now. It's not like you can go to a party and you're like, oh, hey, leave room for Jesus. It's like nobody.
But
mean,
it
no, it's
doesn't
not
have
that.
to be
It's not
that
that, but
necessarily.
one thing don't matter
but
now.
just face to face. Why can't you just do
No
the
one
two-step?
does it.
No,
Like,
but
if you
see-
go up to a guy and you do that, they'll look at you like you're stupid and walk away.
But see,
Wow.
actually, I don't know. But I know, Matt and I, we went to some parties, and it's like, you can see who, like, the cutest girls are and stuff, and they don't do stuff sometimes because they know that obviously they got a little bit arrogance, but, like, they obviously
So looks
are.
do play
Yeah, they do
into-
because you have a lot of elite females at parties who don't do that because
Why would you go to the party?
I mean, who as a
To
guy?
just stand there. No,
That's
as
what
a
a girl
girl.
I
As a
mean,
girl, like,
to
girl-
be
girls
chosen.
can go-
I mean,
girls can
guys
go to
can
have a good
choose the
time.
guy. Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
what can
they could
you-
just look pretty, and the guy
I
can.
mean, we
Just
have
walk
2K nights, so we just want to play
and
the
get
game.
And be in
hot
a
and
little-
sweaty while people are dancing. I don't know. It's just like, for me, it's like if I go to a party and I just stand around and walk around and talk with my friends, it's like it kind of defeats the purpose of party.
But I
It's
think
like-
everybody attends a party for different reasons.
Right.
It's just some people want to people watch, some people want to dance, some
Mix
people
and
want to get
mingle.
their freak on.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
so
just
some people
personal.
just